Okay, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT review. Apparently, this is a tape show. To what I've heard, I don't know why it's taped this week, but it is taped. I guess I didn't know, especially leading on to later in the night, which then I kind of figure out later in the show that it was taped. But I'm gonna get to that part in a few minutes. We kicked it right off right. We kicked the show right off with a tag team title match with the Creed brothers versus Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. Good match. Wasn't bad. It's a random tag match. After all, they were handed a tag match last week, so we're kicking it off with that. But yeah, the Creed brothers going against Inoue and Blade. Not a bad match. Of course, end up with the Creed brothers winning. I gotta say that Malik Blade and Inoue did get some good offense in there, so wasn't that bad of a match. End up with the Creed brothers going over, like I just said. So not much to say from there. Um, Indy Hartwell, Cora Jade, and Roxy were in the back. Indy basically said, listen, man, I lost my husband and my friend in NXT. Listen, this place is crazy. Okay, well, yeah, it is crazy nowadays ever since the whole black and gold ended. So, yeah, you never know what can happen around in this show right now. So there you go. That's something to think about. Apollo Crews was sitting down in a diner writing a notebook, basically telling how he returned to NXT with all this unfinished business and whatnot. And I guess this dude is just like, yelling at the waitress and whatnot, which Cruz went up to the dude and started smash his head into the table. But I guess he was waking up from his inner thoughts or daydreaming. And basically, it was the same scenario. And I guess Cruz did something to the guy until they pan the camera away. Okay, are we in Apollo Cruz's brain now all of a sudden? So where is this going? Because I'm like, are we in his inner thoughts, his mind or something? Because like, now it's like the diary of Apollo Crews or something. I don't know what's going on with that. That's kind of, I don't know what really to think about that, but that's pretty strange though. I guess this is a very promo heavy show tonight too. Tiffany Stratton went against Fallon Henley. For some reason, they have Wendy Chu bouncing around a ball with Stratton coming out in the background. It's not much I could say about this match, but Wendy Chu and the Nickelodeon Looney Tunes thing, which she threw confetti or something with her bouncy ball, and Henley ended up rolling Stratton after confetti got in her face. This looks very, I don't know, man. I don't even want to see this, especially if it has to do with Winnie Chu and his gimmick, because it's like a damn Looney Tunes cartoon. It's like I already said with the Mandy Rose thing. I don't want to see it. Okay, it's really bad. Um, Cameron Grimes walk in the back as people try to cheer him up, and Grimes says you had a great match in your house, but Grimes says I don't want any sympathy and whatnot, and walked off. Then Duke Hudson basically said I beat you a few weeks ago, but Break says DQ, but Break says all right, you want another match? Let's do it tonight. Lash Legend had a promo. Basically, it was kind of just telling her whole athletic career, to how she got to WWE from track and field to basketball. Leading her team in NCAA, and she was going to the WNBA until COVID hit, until she decided to come to WWE. So basically, kind of showing her whole history there. Wesley went against Zion Quinn. Wesley getting the win over Quinn again with a clean win this time with the spinal tap. So Wesley Dez there got the win over him. So I'm trying to see where Dez is gonna go in NXT right now. It looks like it's leading to something. Not sure all the way, but it's leading to something. Nathan Frazier had a promo talk about he grew up and played soccer and stuff before chasing his dream in the WWE. So it's a to be continued. So basically, we're gonna view a bit of a history, or get to know who Nathan Frazier is. So especially keep saying Seth Rollins' protege out there, his students. So we'll see what leads into that. These dyads, or the druids there, which they actually wrestled in these hoods, went against Dante Chen and Javier Bernal. Yeah, we got druids wrestling now. I have no idea what to think about that. And then Joe Gacy cut this promo talking about, the society's a cesspool, and, the people turn their backs on these guys, and now we're going to do something about it. Yeah, the Super Druids are wrestling now. We don't know who they are or what they look like. They're wrestling in hoods and trying to keep the hoods out on while wrestling. Yeah, I don't really know what to think about that. Um, Sangha was in the back with Valencia Faraz and Luis Leon, basically sitting down. Zion Quinn was pissed off at Sanga. Sanga told him to chill out until Quinn walked off. Then Sanga said he's got his next opponent. Nikita Lyon says she's coming back. Tony D'Angelo and his mafia family here with Two Dimes, who is now released. Which, like I said, I did not know this show was taped. So I was wondering how he was on this show, given that he was released due to a policy issue, which he did respond to it on Twitter. I guess he said he made a mistake and he will be back. I don't know what really happened with Two Dimes. I don't know if it was like someone saying, I don't know if it was a steroid thing, or maybe it was I don't know, one of the wellness things. I'm not sure, but I was surprised to hear that he got released a date. Yeah, I think yesterday he was released. So I'm like, interesting. They released Two Dimes, Donnavan right there. So I guess this is going to continue until they find a way to get rid of him out the show. But like I said, this is taped, and him and Stacks are out there, and Legato's there, and Tony. I guess they're soldiers now, and he gave him gold watches and stuff, and some money and everything, and telling DJZ and Mendoza that you don't follow Escobar, you follow me. I'm El Jefe now, all right. But D'Angelo talked about the code street, it's loyalty, rat out anybody, and everybody just shuts up, and they shook hands with D'Angelo, and going at the titles and stuff, and I don't know, there's a lot of mafia, whatever, going Soprano stuff, and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams come out there, basically say, yeah, I told you, man, get your head out your ass and whatnot, man. You think you're going for this title, you're not getting this title, okay? I don't take threats. You may, this Don thing's getting to your head right now. And Tony says, how about we take him on next week, all right? Well, tonight, they says, as Tony wants a North American title shot next week. Basically, they're going to do this tag match, and Trick says, that's 3 pennies, 4 quarters, and 5 nickels out here. I'm gonna make spare change out of y'all. That was a pretty cool line. Um, but yeah, segment. I wonder how it's gonna work without 2 dimes now, since like I said, it's tape, but still. Like I said, more sit down, well not sit down, but just more backstage promos from Toxic Attraction. Braun Breaker literally killed Duke Hudson out there in like 40 something seconds. So yeah, this wasn't much of a match. It was a super squash out there. So wow, there's your rematch, folks. That killed him. It's kind of pointless. Cameron Grimes then came out there and talking about Breaker, talking about you've been taking the world by storm since you got the NXT, man. We seen what you do. If you didn't, you weren't a Steiner around here, you wouldn't be a champion. They couldn't say Steiner, like, it wasn't for your name and stuff. And that, you're a legend and whatnot. Your dad is, everybody knows who your dad is. He's a legend, big name and stuff. And no one knows who my dad is, he said, which, Cameron Grimes, his dad, was like one of the founders of the Omega promotion with the Hardys and whatnot. So that's one thing. But I know they didn't mention it. But Grimes says, you got to, put your dad in the Hall of Fame, and told Break, he was there to watch you win your title. Matt His had to look up from heaven and everything to look down on him and stuff. But Grimes basically said, listen, you get better every time you in the ring. All right. But I'm tired of catchphrases and all this stuff, man. You know what? I'm tired of saying I'm going to the moon. Let's put the rocket ship on and go there, all right? Because, now I'm challenging you with the Great American Bash for the title. Breaker said he accepted, so we're going to get Grimes and Breaker for the belt. That's going to be really, really good. But an interesting change now in Grimes, not happy-go-lucky, a little bit more sad, but bit heelish out there at the same time, too. So, very interesting promo. Ivy now is talking to Tatum Paxley in the back. I guess Niall said she was improving, telling her whatever. I don't even know. Roddy Strong, walking up there and saying like, "What are you doing?" The Creed's getting mad at them for shaking hands with a Nofa and Blade out there. How about next week? You guys gonna be a tag match? Roddy and Kemp out there, but Roddy says leg is still hurt. As Niall says, how about no excuses, as you said, huh? So we'll see what happens with that. Next, we get the re-debut of Fabian Eichner or Giovani Vinci, which he had some weird music and comes out with cameras. I thought it was like Melina damn near, but these are like, or maybe it was like Tyler Breeze, how he used to carry his selfie stick and, take pictures, but he just got this, effect where like it's a flash and you get the photos of him. And he's smiling, but you can tell that smile looks very forced and whatnot. I don't know about this re-debut right now. Very lot of things to say about it, and stuff. And like I say, trying to force the smile. Like he got the win and everything. So I don't know what's gonna happen. With I guess Eichner or Vinci or something. But it's an interesting re-debut for him. Anofe and Blade were, basically we're talking about what happened earlier in the night, but they said, they was gonna go to the club. Grimes says, like, hey man, I saw what happened. You lost your big match out there. Says, what are you gonna do about it now? You gonna leave before the show's finished? You wanna go to the club and whatnot? He told Nofi, like, listen, you could be a big star in this company, okay? You got all the potential in the world, but you're not hungry enough right now. Don't waste opportunities, okay? Because Grimes says, I don't waste mine no more, also. Um, Very good promo, I should say. Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes went against Stacks and Two Dimes out there. Basically, Legato and them was kind of getting involved and stuff, trying to help, but it did not work. Which Mello and them got the win. And D'Angelo's getting pissed off at Legato. What happened? And told him to fall in line, especially for his title match next week for the North American Championship. So we'll see what happens with that. And in the main event, we got Toxic Attraction versus Indy, Roxy, and Cora Jade. Match wasn't bad. I thought the ending was kind of odd with Jade doing her finish and then just tagging Roxy to get the pinfall, and it just kind of just looked kind of awkward in a way. The face team celebrated for the win, and that ended the show. Like I said, I don't really got much to say about it. Like I said, it was a 6-woman tag. It's okay. Not bad anything, but hey, they got the win over Toxic Attraction, so we'll see what happens next with that. But other than that, that's my review of NXT. Like I said, I did not know this show was taped this week, so we'll see what happens with that. From maybe it's live next week. I'm assuming it's live next week, but I didn't know they were doing tape shows now. But I don't know. Other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.